Hello and welcome back. In this video, we'll look at the formal definition of a pushdown automaton. So, if you remember, the formal definition for an NFA or DFA was a 5-tuple, and we will need all of those things in our pushdown automaton along with a couple of extra things. So, what did we have in our in our NFA or DFA? We had the set of states Q, so we will have that here. We also have a start state S and a set of final states F. So we will need those as well in our pushdown automaton because we do have a finite control in our pushdown automaton along with a stack. So we'll need we'll also need the alphabet, which is denoted by sigma, and in case of a pushdown automaton, this is often called the input alphabet because we'll also have another alphabet in our pushdown automaton. So we have the input alphabet, which is what the string that's given to us is going to be made up of, and we will also have the transition function, but let's just mark the transition function right here because this is going to be different. All the rest of them are going to be defined in the same way as we defined for our NFA or DFA, but we will define the transition function differently here. Along with this, we need some things to define our stack as well. So the first thing we need is denoted by gamma, and it's called the stack alphabet. So this is called the stack alphabet, and what the stack alphabet tells us is what symbols can go onto the stack or pop from the stack. So we could have, let's say, something like ABC, and if we have ABC as our stack alphabet, then we are saying that what we are allowed to push onto the stack is one of these symbols right here. And finally, we have the stack start symbol. This is called the stack start symbol, which is denoted by Z. So this is the stack start, and that is what the stack will contain initially when I'm starting off. And remember that Z is going to belong to gamma, which is my stack alphabet. So it's going to be one of these alphabets given here, let's say ABC. So Z is going to be, let's say, A or B or C, something like that. So this, all of these together forms a 7-tuple, and that's the definition of a pushdown automaton. These are the symbols that completely define a pushdown automaton. And one more thing before we move on to discussing about delta, which is our transition function. When we start with a pushdown automaton, it's going to be with a start state, and then this is going to go to some different states. And we also have the stack, and initially the stack is going to contain Z, which is the stack start symbol. So this completely defines a pushdown automaton, and we need to now consider the transition function. So let's go ahead and talk about the transition function. So in case of an NFA or DFA, we said that the transition function will go from our input alphabet and the set of states. So actually, let me just write this as Q cross sigma. That was our domain for the transition function in case of an NFA or DFA. And in case of a pushdown automaton, what we need is we also need the top symbol from the stack. So this is going to be a Cartesian product with the stack symbol as well. So it'll be one of the stack symbols that we have on top. We'll look at that, and then we will go to a new state, which is Q prime. So the state we're going to is Q prime, but again the range will contain the set of states, which is Q. Cartesian product with the new stack top that we are saying, and this is going to be a sigma star. We'll see why there is a star here in a minute, but before that we also need a correction on our in our domain, which is that we could also have an input alphabet epsilon. So we could say that we are going without an input alphabet to a new state, so we are allowed to do that. So what I do is I write input alphabet union epsilon. So this defines our domain and range for the transition function. And let's see why we have the star right there. So what's going to happen is we are going to say that delta of some q comma a comma x is going to be a new state q prime, and then we could say that I have the stack top now becomes some x prime followed by x. So this indicates that we are pushing onto the stack. We could alternatively also just change the stack top symbol, or we could also say a pop. A pop is often denoted by something like this. So it's q comma a comma x goes to q prime comma epsilon, which means that I'm changing the top symbol of the stack to an epsilon which is empty. So this is how we write our transition function for push down automata. And as you can see, the star right there also accounts for epsilon, because gamma star is going to contain epsilon as well. But at the same time, I could also say that it becomes something more. So we are just pushing onto the stack, and whatever was the stack top does stay there, but I push something on top of it, which is why I had the star there. So this 7 tuple together, all of these symbols together define a push down automaton completely. And once again, the transition function goes from the set of states, Cartesian product with the input alphabet, Cartesian product with the stack alphabet, and it goes to a new state. So it goes to the set of state, Cartesian product with the stack alphabet star. So this is how a push down automaton is defined. And that's it for this video. This was the formal definition. In the next video, what we'll do is we'll take our popular example a to the power n, b to the power n, and we'll see how this definition applies there, how we can completely define a push down automaton that takes that language. So we'll do that in the next video. Till then, don't forget to give this video a like and share the video with your friends. I'll see you in the next video.